Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1998 release by Hasbro from their special limited edition series of Star Wars Power of the Force action figures that came with the Millennium Minted gold coins. And this particular one we're looking at today features Han Solo as he appeared in the Bespin attire from Cloud City just before he was cast in Carbonite and taken to Jabba the Hutt. Okay, so this is the box it comes in, and at the top of the box you've got the Darth Vader face logo, and it says special limited edition. It's got assortment number 69675 and it's number 84022. It says Star Wars, the Power of the Force, Bespin Han Solo, ages 4 and up, and it's got warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children 3 years and under. And just behind the window you can see it says new Millennium Minted Coin, and you can see the coin held in the container, and you can see the Han Solo figure. But we'll have a look at that in more detail in a moment. But let's just turn the box around and see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I'll turn the box around and this is what we got on the back. So again, we've got the Darth Vader logo. It's got Star Wars, the Power of the Force, new Millennium Minted Coin Collection. It says the Star Wars Mint is officially reinstituted with this limited edition series. New gold coloured coins feature character images from the classic silver coloured coin release, all with brand new reverse side stampings specifically designed for the exclusive commemorative offering. And the ones in the series are Emperor Palpatine, Luke Skywalker in Endor gear, Chewbacca, Snowtrooper, Princess Leia in Endor gear, C3 and C3PO, as well as obviously this one, which is Han Solo. And you can see the back of the coin just through the hole in the box there. And it's proof of purchase, Bespin Han Solo, barcode number, and it's Kenner, copyright 1997 Hasbro Inc. And it's coin made in the USA, figure made in China. It says join the official Star Trek fan club, join the official Star Wars fan club, and visit the official Star Wars website, and visit the Hasbro Toy and Games website. And it says in the interest of better quality and value, we are constantly improving and updating our products. Consequently, pictures on the package may sometimes differ from the model enclosed. And there we go. Okay, so that's the back of the box. Just turn the box to the side, and it says Star Wars Power of Force, Bespin Han Solo, and there's an image of the figure and the coin. And I think it's the same on the bottom. Yeah, pretty much the same on the bottom. Star Wars Power of the Force, Bespin Han Solo, and the same images. And again, on the opposite side, Star Wars Power of the Force, Bespin Han Solo, coin, and the figure. Okay. I don't know if there's any point in actually taking this out of the box, because I can't remove it because the plastic is sealed onto the card. In fact, I'm going to take it out anyway. Let's open it up and have a look. Okay, so I have removed the inner packaging from the box, and you can see it's all still molded onto the card. It's all gummed down, so I can't actually remove it off of the card. But we'll probably get a better view now that it's out of the box anyway, and I can zoom in a little bit closer. So there we have Han Solo. Let's have a look at the mold on the face. It's not particularly a great likeness of Harrison Ford, who obviously played Han Solo in the original trilogy and revisited the character in the last 3 films. Force Awakens, and he made a guest appearance in The Rise of Skywalker. But that is the figure as we know him from the Kenny years. Remember, this was released prior to the second trilogy being made, so episode 1, 2 and 3. So this was the old Kenner collection from the 70s that were pretty much redone, just made to be better as the moulding and things had updated since the 70s. so they made them with the technology of the 90s. But it's not. So the likeness of the character is not great. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. The facial features are not that bad, but they don't. In my opinion, it doesn't look a tremendous amount like Harrison Ford or Han Solo as he appeared in the TV series, which is a shame, really. But this particular figure, you can see that he comes on the stand. He's got his own stand, and that connects onto the coin stand, the coin stand, and there's the coin in its holder. And the coin is just coming very close to that, and it says Han Solo Rebel Fighter, and there's an image of Han Solo on the gold coin. And if we turn the box around at the back, you can actually see the back of the coin, if I can just get the light right on there. So it says the Power of the Force, Star Wars, and you've got the Empire logo and the Rebel logos on there as well, and the two lightsabers crossing. Okay, so that is the coin. Let's get some sizes. So Han Solo, I think these pretty much standard size figures. So measuring from the bottom of his foot, so it's about 10 centimeters tall. And the widest point, well, I suppose it's across his arms, about 5 centimeters wide. He is holding his blaster, as you can see in his hand there. And depth wise, we're looking at about 2 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the size. It's pretty much a standard size figure. He's obviously, this one, he's in his Bespin disguise, so he's dressed in his black jacket, his white shirt, his brown trousers, and his boots, and obviously he's holding his pistol, which obviously the pistol is removable, and I'm not sure if it does actually fit into the holster. I don't think it does. I think the holster is just molded to his leg, so I don't really think it actually fits in there, which is a shame, really. But other than the facial features, it's a pretty good figure. The only obviously thing is the articulation on these older figures wasn't great. We'll have a look at that in a second. But coin-wise, I just wanted to measure the coin for you as well. So we're looking at 4 centimeters in diameter of the coin, and the holder is 5 centimeters. So there's 0.5 centimeter either side, and the height of the coin holder is 7 centimeters, and then obviously that sits on top of the base. So it's very, very good for display purposes. Now, here's my classic Stormtrooper. And the articulation on these figures are all the same as these original Kenner ones, or the 90s Kenner Hasbro figures. Obviously Hasbro bought Kenner, so but the articulation wasn't great on these. So we had the articulation on the head, we got the articulation on the tops of the arms, and we've got the articulation on the legs, and that was it. So it's just 5 point. Oh, and the waist. This particular one, yeah, the waist, yeah, it is a waist. I'm pretty certain they all had waist movement, so they're only literally 6 points of articulation. And you can see, you can move the legs there. You can see on there, you can see the shoulders there. You can see the head's got movement, and you can see that the waist has got movement. So it's exactly the same, 6 points of articulation, but not great. Obviously, the newer figures had much better articulation, but these ones, unfortunately, were pretty much the same articulation as the original figures from the 70s. So they really didn't improve the articulation much. They just improved on the, I think the likeness of the character, and the moulding was just improved from the 70s to the 90s. Anyway, how well do these do? Well, I don't believe these figures done as well as what was hoped for them to do. Obviously, because they were just reissue figures. So these figures have been issued in single packets in the Power of the Force series, single packets, single figures before. So a lot of people already had the figure. It's if you wanted the coin. So these were really more designed for collectors rather than for kids, because obviously the kids wouldn't want the coins unless they were maybe 14, 15-year-old teenagers and they wanted to collect them. But otherwise, for the youngsters, the coin wasn't really of much interest. It was more, and obviously the display factor. If you're a child, you want to play with the toys. You don't want to display them. And these figures were released really more for display purposes than play purposes. So they didn't really do as well as they did. And as I say, to mention the fact that the figures had already been previously released as single figures. So they didn't do as well as they expected, but they were a limited run anyway, so there's all limited quantities on these, and that was specifically because of the coin was very, very limited. Now, what are we talking now? So we're talking from 1997 to now, we're talking 27 years on. These sets have become very collectible, and again, I think it's mainly because of the coins. I think there was only 7, it might have been 8 released in the whole series, but I think it was, I can remember 7. I can't remember what the 8th one was, if there was an 8th one. Yeah, and obviously because of the limited run, they are highly collectible now, 27 years on. They do occasionally pop up on the platforms. Now, some are more popular than other ones, and that's because there was more of some produced than others. So some of them, when you bought a case of these as a distributor or a retailer, you would tend to get more of one figure in a case than you would of the others. So the ones that had the higher quantity in a case was what they considered to be the popular ones, and those are the ones that they thought would sell more of. But the ones that had just 1 or 2 in a case, those are the ones that are now the really hard ones to find, because the quantity was obviously much less than the others. So unfortunately, that's just the way it worked. So some of them are harder to find than the others. Some of them pop up more frequently than the others on the platforms, but they're all still very rare and highly sought after, and very difficult to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. However, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Wars items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that you won't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.